Welcome back to another video here with SirMaloperformance. Today we are working on Project Nightmare. We're going to do the 4 rotors on this one. I have the rotors over there, but as of right now everything's apart. I took apart the rear so you guys can see the inside. I don't know if you guys ever, if to the guys that haven't ever seen the inside of your rotor, if you have rear disc brakes, you'll have your emergency brake pads. They work very similar to that of a drum brake. So Project Muerto, which is over here, my other truck, this one has drum brakes, right? So these are drum brakes. Those have shoes in them, right? Those are very similar to this. It's just this is a mini version of whatever Project Muerto has. And it's pretty much dedicated only for your emergency brake. So your emergency brake line is for these little brake shoes. A little goes a long way, right? Now the inside, and sometimes there's dirt, so you'll use a combination of brake cleaner and WD-40. All right, so that feels really good actually. I don't even want to move it from there. So yeah, you see how that slides off just with my hand? Sometimes they're on there, man. You're banging on these things to come off because they self-adjust after a couple of pumps here and there. All right, next thing. So this is going to be our caliper mount. This actually mounts onto the backside of this axle. You're going to use these bolts right here, which should be an 18 millimeter. Should be. So we can grab our 18 and then chase them in. I like to put a little bit of lube on them just to make sure. I'll put lube on this one while it's there. Some on those, some on those, some on this one. And then this is our on the back side. Obviously if you guys removed it, you guys will know where it goes. I usually put the one on the top first. Right, so now we have to do it old school. So ratchet. Alright. Now please be sure to torque them down to spec. If you don't want these bolts to back out, I suggest you put some thread locker on them. Pop it out. Whoa. Pop it out like so. See those little teeth? Just remember how you took it out. So this is exactly how it came out, okay? Just like that. So this was facing the front. We're gonna grab our new one. We want to make sure we match it. We want to make sure it looks at least similar. All right, so let's go get rid of that old one. Let's drop my new one in here. What we can do while we're there, we can spray some brake cleaner. Cleans off everything. Spray some lube. And then again, revert to the position that it was in. Let's make sure that these fit. All right, look at that. Slipped right in. Okay, so let's gonna do that. Okay guys, so we put in our brake pads, nice and easy. Everything was good. Again, we already compressed our caliper, so what we should be able to do is easily line it up. All right, and then we have our bolts. Again, I always start with the top one, the 13 millimeter. Spinning the calipers. Alright, so there's that. Again, this one doesn't seem too oily. We'll wipe it down. It's okay. We'll wipe down the backside. Doesn't need to be perfect. Just get that film off. Might as well turn my rotor here. Unlock your steering wheel so you can do that. You'll have your key in. Don't turn on your vehicle. Don't do none of that. Just first click should be more than good. Always grab my top bolt. Chase that in. There's that. And my second bottom bolt. Just give it a couple of wiggles. There's that. There's that. I like to grab my breaker bar. before I put on the rotor. Make sure that sucker's on there. They're my front brakes, so this is me putting it to torque spec. All right, always torque it down to spec, guys. We're just working on Project Nightmare here. Working on Project Nightmare. It has been a nightmare to work on it. All right, guys, this one I think I'm recording. I guess I'm not. I don't know if you guys caught that. We got the brake pads mounted. Right now I'm squeezing down the caliper. Right, I cleaned off the guides. The brake pads didn't come with guides. All right, make sure that your brake line's not all twisted up. Put this like this. This like this. Yeah, don't paint your calipers white, as you guys can see. It just makes some massive things. All right. Look at all of that. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and put our guide pins in. Again, if I would have had that Lucas oil, I would have dipped it and then slide in my top guide. Give it a couple of wiggles. All right, guys, so put them on, put them off. 255. And this one, we'll just keep it simple. We'll use a ratchet. All right, so that's it. You guys know, brake calipers. Just torque them down to spec. Man, torque wrench, breaker bar. I'll make sure that it's on there. Yeah, that's a great nowhere. All right, that's it, guys. Finished product here. We got one rotor, two rotor for the rear. Let's walk around. We got our third rotor right here, all installed, and ouch, and our fourth rotor. Right, very good. Now that I got, all four of them on there, I'm gonna go ahead and then push the brake pedal, just to make sure that everything is nice and adjusted. Sorry, got my mess. I got my speaker. Again, push the brake again. All right, so that felt good. So brakes are good. Everything's brand new on the brakes. We're good to go. All right, you guys. Thank you for staying tuned. Please like and subscribe. And again, this is Project Nightmare. Stay tuned for more with SirMalo Performance. Take care. Peace.